Hey guys, in this video, we are talking about your human design profile. Your profile gives you more insight into your personality and the way that you carry out your different roles in life. So it's going to give you some key pieces of wisdom when it comes to your life's work and how you create fulfillment and live out your purpose here in this lifetime. If you don't yet have your chart, you can find it at whitneycopeland.com/chart and get your free download. Once you have it, take a look below the body graph. There's some writing below the body graph, and you're going to find the word profile, and you're going to see a number that looks like a fraction. That is your profile number. The first number comes from your conscious sun gate, and it's the parts of your personality that you are probably aware of and conscious of. The other number comes from your unconscious sun gate, and it shows you the aspects of your personality that you might not be as aware of, but that other people will definitely see in you and maybe even point out to you. If you have done a lot of spiritual or personal development type work already, you may very well be aware of your unconscious personality traits as well. But as you're listening to the descriptions later in this video, pay close attention to that unconscious sun gate so that you can really bring awareness to that and start noticing it show up in your life. So the next step, if you already have your chart, checked out your profile number, we are going to dive into talking about your specific profile, and then I'm going to break it down line by line so that you have a really good understanding of yourself and your profile as a whole. Profile line 1-3, the Investigator Martyr. The Investigator Martyr is a foundation of all of the profiles. This profile is here to really learn, research, and explore things and get a really good knowledge base to create a foundation which they then can take out and be of service to the world. The 1-3 needs time to explore, and they also need a lot of freedom. They will trial and error things, so they are actually quite resilient in the sense that trial and error often means running into obstacles and then having to overcome them. So the 1-3 is going to go out into the world. They're going to research, they're going to explore, they're going to make and break bonds, which means, meet people and create relationships with them, or meet people and have a relationship for a short time and then move on to something else. Have a job and then, move on to another job, start a school program and realize they want more certifications. And through all of this life experience, they're going to gain wisdom, and then they can go out and help others with that wisdom. So let's break down each of these lines 1-3 individually. So as you're listening to me describe each of your profile lines, pay specific attention to your unconscious line. As I mentioned earlier, these are the things that you might not yet be aware of about yourself. Other people may notice these characteristics or attributes in you before you do. And if you've done a lot of personal development type work already, you may very well be aware of these things and have already found your strategies and tools to help you really step into the higher frequency of your profile lines, which is where you're going to create that alignment in your life and that prosperity. But I want you to really listen to not only the unconscious profile line, but the conscious as well, through the lens of, am I owning this about myself? Have I really stepped into my role here? Am I really carrying out the essence of these lines? Am I stepping into the strengths? Am I aware of the challenges? So have that open mind as we dive in. We're going to cover your conscious line first, followed by your unconscious line. Line 1 is a natural leader and authority. They are the people who go out and do the research And not research on just anything, but research on things that they are really genuinely interested in. They will look at something from all angles, collect all of the knowledge that there is out there, and build a really solid foundation on something. I personally am a line 1, and what I have done is really gotten into human design. And I've taken something that is complex and made it simple. So that's another thing that line 1s are really good at. They can take information that seems really overwhelming and complex to most people and synthesize it down into something that is really easy to understand. Line 1s like to know that something is right for them before starting. So they will find themselves looking up the details. If it comes to relationships, they will, really get to know the person before committing to anything serious. Even if it's a friendship, they're going to want to know a lot about that person before deciding that they're going to trust this person and pursue something more long-term with them. So let's dive into the strengths of the line 1. So like I mentioned, very good at researching, very well versed in the subject matters that are important to them, very good at building solid foundations to educate others, and they have a very sound understanding of their materials and subject matter. The challenges that a line 1 can run into is that they get stuck in research mode. They are constantly chasing after more certifications, credentials. They're procrastinating on decisions or starting on projects because they always feel like there's more to learn, and they want to know all of the details so that they can communicate that in a way that makes sense to other people. But if they get stuck in this mode of constantly researching and learning, they're not actually going out there and providing value to other people. So the key to prosperity for a line 1 is to not get stuck in research mode. It is fantastic that you can dive deep and that you're interested in exploring things to the very root of the matter so that you can understand it and communicate it in a better way. And that is very helpful for people. But it's not helpful if you just keep it to yourself and don't actually put it out there in the world. So your number 1 thing to pay attention to is, am I getting stuck in research mode? Am I trying to get more and more details here? The thought that you can adopt to help you through this is, I know enough. I know enough. I have enough. I am enough to provide immense value to the people who are interested or are experiencing similar challenges to me. I have what they need help with. And so I need to step out of the belief that I'm not ready to start and I don't know enough and I need to take action. So that is the number 1 piece of advice for creating prosperity in your life for line 1. Okay, let's talk about line 3, the martyr. These are the people who are here in the world to explore and experience life. They require a lot of freedom to go out there and trial and error things for themselves. This brings about obstacles and challenge in life because you're just going out on a whim and you're learning through experience rather than through books or from other people. And you have this internal drive to go put yourself out there and try things. And that's the only way you're going to feel a sense of satisfaction, peace, and, like you're fulfilling your purpose, because it really is your purpose here on earth to experience life. So some of the strengths for the profile line 3 is that they have the ability to try things and then course correct. In human design, it's often referred to as making and breaking bonds. So maybe entering and leaving relationships, trying out multiple different jobs, starting a program, and then deciding it's not for you. So they have this ability to start things and either follow through if it's really in alignment for them and feels really good, or they can also opt out and course correct. They're extremely resilient and able to endure things that many of the other profile lines would not be able to endure. So what are some of the challenges for this line? The challenges that they experience challenge because they go out there into the world and they put themselves into different situations, and they're really out there in this trial and error type energy. They're bound to run into obstacles and then have to overcome them. So that adds to their resilience, but it also adds to their wisdom, to their knowledge, to their skill set. And the key to prosperity for a line 3 is to take what they have learned through embodiment. Like, they have been out there, they have experienced things, and now they can come and be of service to others. They can save them pain, time, energy, all of the things that people don't want to experience. They can save them money by leading by example, saying, you know what, I've been there, done that. I know the way through, I know the way forward, and I can help. So when the line 3 can look back on their life and see how they have overcome specific challenges, they can then monetize that, and that is how they will become prosperous. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you found the content valuable, please go ahead and subscribe and continue to explore your human design on this channel. And of course, if you ever have any specific questions or want to dive deeper into your chart in a one-on-one scenario, you can contact me directly through my website.